Week 3 of the NFL season is here, and we're on to our weekly picks. I tied it up last week with a 5-5 record, and we are tied with 8 points. Ryan, I'm ready to get into it. Let's start with the Saints heading to Green Bay and to take on Jordan Love and the Packers. Packers favored at home by 2 points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers -2 here. I think they really show up and show out, and Jordan Love is just going to keep improving week after week. So give me the Packers -2, and just based off my previous segment about the Saints, I don't think they are as good as most people think, and we're really going to see that displayed on the field come time for this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I do think the Saints defense could give Jordan Love some issues, but I'm more curious to see if Derek Carr can get that offense rolling. You said he's had 1 touchdown this season. Can he get a second touchdown? That'd be great in week 3 for my quarterback I went and traded for. I'm with you. I'm going to take the Packers to win it. I'm going to take them to cover. I'll give up the 2 points in Lambeau. I think the Packers are surprising some people. I know they're definitely surprising you. They win the game and they cover the spread. One of the most interesting games on the schedule this week, the Philadelphia Eagles going into Tampa to take on Baker and the Bucks. Eagles, a 4.5-point favorite on the road.
Give me the Bucks +4.5 here. I think the Bucks are going to give a lot of difficulties to these corners in Philadelphia. I think that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're really going to take care of the secondary and not make it look goofy, but it's going to look not as good as it has in the past, especially last season in 2022. Again, the Eagles, you said you were kind of semi-sounding the alarm on them because they just don't look the same. And defensively, ranking 26th right now going into week 3, they don't look too hot. And this offense for Tampa Bay looks to be really good right now. And I think that Baker Mayfield is going to connect with Mike Evans for over 100 yards this game.
Very possible. The Eagles' secondary is the concern. It has been the weak link, even though the offense hasn't been up to par and they've kind of looked a bit rusty without Steichen. I would love to take the Eagles here, but giving up 4.5 points scares me. I think they win the game, but I'm going to take the Bucks and the points because I just don't feel confident about the Eagles. I'm right there with you. The Rams going to face the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals favored at home, -2.5. We have a little bit of a question around Joe Burrow and the calf. This could go one of 2 ways. I'm going to take the Rams +2.5. I find it hard to believe the Bengals dropped to 0-3, but something just doesn't feel right. I don't think Burrow's healthy. I think they're starting to get worried in that organization. You said maybe they rushed him back. I tend to agree. I don't know. I think the Bengals can probably win the game, but give me the Rams and the points because Puka Nacua will probably put up some yards.
Puka Nacua looks really sharp this year, and
really sharp.
The routes he's running and the plays he's making looks phenomenal. However, I think the Bengals do put it together and find some type of, call it groove, I guess. I think they win in a situation where it comes down to like the fourth quarter and they score a touchdown or a field goal to win the game. So I'm going to take Bengals -2.5 here. Hopefully the questions can be answered. The wrongs can be proven right on the field against the Rams. The Rams are a tough team. I could see it kind of falling either which way, but I'm going to put stock in that the Bengals find a way to get back to what they were last year. And again, starting the year off 0-2 seems to be a thing that the Bengals like to do.
They can certainly turn it around. By the way, on my wife and my honeymoon, we had a couple drinks called Puka Nacuas. One of the best things I ever had in my life, although they were loaded with vodka. Let's move on. Falcons at the Lions. Lions favored at home against Arthur Smith and Desmond Ridder. Lions favored by 3.5. Who wins this football game?
Lions win this football game. I'll take them -3.5. I think they're really going to exploit your Falcons team that you think is so good. No, I'm giving you a little hard time. I do think the Falcons are good, but I don't think they slow down the Lions here. And the Lions coming off that loss, I really think they're going to come out to play hard here. It's at home for the Lions, so everything's stacked against the Falcons in this game. I don't think Desmond Ridder is ready to show up and play this type of football and match what Jared Goff can put out potentially. So, yeah, the Lions win this game by maybe 10 points or more.
Oh, crazy. Definitely not going to happen. It's going to be somewhat of a closer game. I could go either way. I'm going to take the Falcons plus the points. They've got the third best defense in the country right now. I think they will slow down the Lions' passing attack. How much? I don't know. If the Lions put up 28, 30 points, it's over. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Atlanta can keep up, but I'm being optimistic. I'm going to take the difference here. Atlanta's a good coach football team, and they're going to keep it close, I think.
We're seeing a new side of you this episode, the optimistic side. Yeah, it started with the Texans, and now we're on to the Falcons here. So, hey, look, it's a new leaf. It's a new season, guys. Tristan's on the optimism train.
Once week 7, I'll be a complete disaster. So don't worry, it's coming.
Maybe before then.
Yeah, probably. Last game, your Buffalo Bills heading to Washington to take on the undefeated Commanders. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Bills favored by 6.5 points on the road. Big spread.
Yeah, we talked a little bit before the show started about this game, and I tend to agree with you. It's like you don't know if the Bills are going to win this game by 20 or lose it by 7. You just don't know. So I'm going to take the Commanders plus 6.5. I know they're 2-0 right now. I don't think that you can put a lot of stock into that because I don't know what the Commanders are right now. I really don't. I don't know how to feel about them, and I don't know that I'm going to figure it out by this game either. But hopefully and prayerfully that the Bills have figured out what they need to figure out and played like they did last week, and that's what shows up against the Commanders at home. I think the Commanders play it closer than the spread says, and I'll take them plus 6.5. Still think the Bills win this game, though.
Yeah, agreed. There's no way I'm going to give up 6.5 points when Josh Allen's my quarterback. He'll probably do that for me. Not going to add on to his. That I'd be giving up 12.5 points. I'm going to take the Commanders plus the points. There's no way they win this game, but they'll keep it relatively close. Then again, as we said, Buffalo could go in and win by 30, and no one's going to be shocked, but I'm with you. Let me take the extra points when I can get them. For an all-in pick, you convinced me with all that Mike Evans talk. I'm with you. For my all-in, give me the Bucs plus 4.5 points. I think they're going to be a headache for Philadelphia.
Give me the Lions minus 3.5. I don't really care kind of what the defense does because I think the Lions will just outscore the Falcons 2-1.
Yeah, they're definitely wanting to course correct after the loss to the Seahawks last week. That's week 3 and our picks in the books. We just got a couple differences there. You're going Bengals minus 2.5, where I'm going towards the Rams, and then I'm taking Falcons where you're taking the Lions. Of course, I've got Bucs as my all-in. You've got Lions as your all-in. Tied. We will be no longer come next week.